miscarriage of justice. Ref was on tape. There's nothing worse than a ref on the tape. Nothing.
There's nothing worse than losing, than not being invited to be a guest on the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What is up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your host, JC. Joining me is that guy, Tommy.
Hello.
And we got Big Mike.
What's up, guys? 2024. Let's get going.
And a bloated show. So much to discuss. Talking about NXT Battleground, which took place.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me. Sorry.
No.
that was kind of a weird way to start.
We'll talk about NXT Battleground. We're gonna
No one wanted to Thunder Rosa to Carolina Teague yesterday, but no, sorry.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
That's a lot to discuss.
Yeah.
4 events happening this weekend. TNA Against All Odds, WWE Clash at the Castle Scotland, MPW Summer Lovin, RCW Father's Day Frenzy. And last week, we had one half of the match we were sponsoring at MPW, Angel Blue. So it seemed only fitting that this week we would have the other half of that match. Please welcome back once again the pride of Nixon High, the dream catcher Denise Day.
Yay.
Yay.
Why is someone nice on the show?
Oh, Angel was nice. It was, kind of.
To everyone not named
Everyone.
Tommy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. So, Denise, how's it going?
Hi, it's going good, guys. I'm running on 4 hours of sleep.
Oh, fun.
That's always a fun thing to do.
Especially in this heat. That's great. So,
Yeah.
We talked with Angel Blue last week, like I said, and something interesting I didn't realize. I think both of y'all are looking for your first win at MPW.
That is very true.
Yeah. So, are you as frustrated as she appears to have been? And she took her frustration out on Tommy last week with that.
Yeah, I did see the interview.
Okay.
And I messaged Mike and I told him that throughout the entire interview, that my whole face was just like, first of all,
Okay.
I will admit we're both very competitive people, and I think that's what's going to be exciting about this match because, like you said, we haven't gotten our win at Mission Pro, and I feel like it's kind of a fun match to look forward to because you want to see who's going to get the first win. I don't know how I feel about her saying that she was going to punch me in the throat or kill me at this point I was like, am I going to wrestle or am I going to like get murdered in the ring or like what's up? Like I was okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not saying that you need this help, but I do feel like Tommy at ringside may be an advantage for you because she may be distracted and want to injure him as she often proclaims.
I mean, if it just happens to happen that way, I mean, you can't blame Tommy. He's just existing. He's being part of mission. If she wants to get distracted.
Well, many people blame me for existing, though. So
I was going to say, I think she's the first person who has not blamed you for something. So kudos there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks. It's so great.
Brian said it right now. It's Angel. You never know what to expect.
Very
true. So
you're not.
This
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I wear. This is why I secretly wear body armor under my shirts whenever I'm near her.
I agree with Brian. It is Angel, and yeah, you never know what to expect. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel threatened. If anything, I feel more excited for it because if she has that kind of energy, then that's the energy that I'm looking for. I don't scare easily, and I've proven that millions of times. So if she says she's gonna throat punch me, I guess she better not miss, because if she's swinging, I'm swinging back. As far as the murder trial goes, you see, I guess if she kills me, I'll just become her fucking worst nightmare, in and out of that fucking ring. It's just
You haunt her forever.
Yeah.
obviously that's it. That's how I'll win, guys.
Some love for Denise in the chat we'll throw out there. There's
Plenty
Angel.
of it. Yep.
There is Jason. And then Brian Wiki. Well, Jason was expect apparently.
Yeah, what to expect more complaining. She tends to do that, so whatever.
Well, to be fair, Denise, you already fought Miranda Alizé. It doesn't get much scarier than her, so
I will admit that that match was something. I went in with one of the toughest female competitors, and like you said, if I can handle that, I think I'm good with Angel.
And I will never stop screaming this from the mountaintop. She had to cheat to beat you.
This is true.
Yeah, I'm curious to know your thoughts on after that, because obviously last time we talked to you was she had made an announcement she was coming in. They had announced that it was you against her, and were you a bit disappointed? Like, have you already look, I want another shot at her. I don't know if you guys have to make it another DQ, if you guys got to put a K. I don't know how you guys have to do this, but
because she also another before the match even started.
Yeah, if you want another shot at her, what kind of match would you want it to be?
I was a little disappointed, not gonna lie. Like you said, she did come in and saying that she was gonna beat everybody and that she was gonna take over the women's division, and not really how you portray that you're the baddest of the baddest if you have to cheat. I think she should have just done it fair and square. If she just wanted to sit me on my ass and do it fair and square, by all means, then that's respect. Because I lost fair and square, but to lose due to cheating, I don't know. I don't really consider that as a loss for me. Maybe. And I guess that's what makes this upcoming match more exciting, because I feel that this is gonna be my first win. I have the heart. I have the love for it, and I'm not gonna let anyone cheat me out of my victory. That's what I learned from my past match with Miranda.
Real quick, Brian did want to make this clear. Their insurance does not cover murder in the ring.
What? Okay, you know what? This is why we shouldn't have to Blue on the show anymore.
But what about outside the ring? It doesn't, you got to specify this stuff.
Maybe he means in the building.
Okay.
We should probably clarify that.
Yeah.
That doesn't help me think either, because that just means they can just go outside. The door is literally right there next to the ring.
Tommy.
That is true.
I'm sorry, you need specific to Angel Blue. You need to make all laws clear.
She'll find a loophole.
In all fairness, Tommy, if this goes outside the ring, she's going after you, so...
Oh, that can't be the first time!
Yeah, very true.
Well, it won't be the last time.
No, it won't.
I got your back, Tommy. I got your back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
I've never heard that in all of my years as a wrestling fan. Thank you so much, Denise. You're like the first person who's ever said that.
Tommy, that one time, I was like, I got your back, like way back, but I told you that one time.
Is that what you said? I couldn't hear you. You were all the way
Well, that's the thing. Like
Tommy,
we have your back, but then the louder you get, it pushes us further and further back.
Yeah, it's the sound waves.
Yeah,
that's
it's science.
yourself further and further back.
And then it's like you yell at guys like Lance Archer. It's like, yeah, you're on your own, bro. So it's just what it is. So.
Okay, well, Lance Archer's a different case. That's a hill I'm willing to die on. So
anyway, well, last week Angel Blue mentioned that you and her were actually scheduled to wrestle not too long ago. I think she said it was in Houston somewhere. I can't recall. It just didn't happen for whatever reason.
I think she said Houston.
Yeah. But obviously you guys have never squared off in the ring, been a part tag match, but she has been around for, I think, did she say it was 17 years now?
Yeah.
So how familiar are you with her work? with her career because she's been around quite a while, especially in Texas. So
she has.
yeah.
No, she has. And that Houston match, it was something that I was looking forward to. I believe it got canceled I can't remember exactly what the reason was. So no, it's not because I was being a coward, Angel. Let's just figure that out. Okay, I'm not a coward. I don't run away from anybody. Let's just make that sure that's known. Okay, I don't scare up easily, girl. Okay.
Yeah.
I was looking very forward to it, like I said, and then it ended up being canceled. And you know what? A couple of years later, now I have a chance to step in the ring with her. I do have respect for her in some sense. I mean, she's been doing it for 17 years. She knows what she's doing, but just because you know what you're doing doesn't mean you get to be an asshole to people. Like,
I mean, I've been saying that for I don't know how many years.
For 16 of those 17 years.
I've been saying that since her first matchup in ACW, but didn't nobody want to listen to me when I said that.
To be fair,
I like how Tommy's just like, I want to make that very.
it wasn't until the Smurf Nation days that you started getting all pissy at her. You know that's what it was. Remember that?
Was it? No, wait, no. Was it before that? Because she was pop up all the time at me. Before that, I thought.
Well, you might have been the reason she has an attitude because she was all nice and everything when she first got there.
What?
You might have turned her into a heel. I'm just saying.
No, not at all. Not at all true. Because she, okay, you know what? I'll give it to you. She was nice when she started, and I was nice to her then. Then she started popping off for no reason, and I popped off right back.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, Tommy, we have said this for years. Part of standard training at wrestling schools should be, can you survive Tommy outside the ring?
But you got to remember, this was 07. I hadn't got that reputation yet.
Okay. Well, while we're on that subject, you have the reputation now. So, Denise, when you were going through training, did they mention who Tommy was?
Did they have a recording?
Rundown? Like, you know, that recording, or
yeah,
you recall your first experience with Tommy at ringside?
I'm pretty sure Spartan knew me at that point. Whenever you started training, I'm pretty sure he knew me already.
No, I knew who Tommy was way before I even went. And RCW, I already knew at this point, and I think. I even knew who you were at Hybrid. Remember, we took that picture. It just came out of my memory.
Yeah. I saw
that. I know this person. I know him some way or another. And honestly, it's nothing but love. I have nothing but love for Tommy. I love that he has energy, and like I said,
thank you.
It's something that we need. We do need that. We do need the energy.
Jason confirms that would be a good final test exam. That should be the final exam for any wrestling school. Just throwing that out there.
Do you know who Tommy is?
Yeah. Can you handle Tommy at ringside? Like, we know George Lopez can handle the heckling, so he's out. Sorry, had to bring it up. It's fresh. Brian, will Denise try and attack Emily May again? Oh, boy.
I can't believe you brought that up.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Let me just make this very clear. Very clear.
She's apparently a fan of Dallas football.
I love Emily May. Okay. She is nothing but a sweetheart. Okay. She's May. I'm Day. You know, we just, you know, it's there. Nothing but love. I love her. I will not attack her, Brian. I promise.
Which,
I can't believe you brought that up.
like was already mentioned once, that's more than we can say for, Thunder and Carolina. So.
I mean, by the way, I don't know if Brian made this official yet, but I think we talked about it last night. Flowers are now banned at Mission Pro Wrestling for the safety of the wrestlers. So I think.
Oh.
Okay.
Have they? Well,
Ow.
I mean, there was the Black Swan and
that's what else we brought up.
right,
Yeah.
and then now Thunder. So
yeah, so Mission Pro should just ban Flowers altogether. Just like nope. You had a great match. Too bad. Just celebrate later because they're not coming in this venue.
I don't think Flowers have ever made it out of MPW still attached to the stem. So
Very true.
The sad part about that's
Might as well go to Hobby Lobby or Michael's and buy those. Just you can reuse those, you know. So they might hurt more though. Yeah.
I was gonna put it plastic, so that.
Yeah.
Or you can just gift them food. You know, people like chips, candy.
It's true.
You know.
This is also true.
That being said, Denise, what kind of food could people gift you? Are we talking like flaming hot Takis? What are we working with here? Like what?
Um, honestly, I don't remember ever being gifted something like that. I think I did went to go this one place, and I just finished the match, and this little girl brought me a pizza, and I was,
Yo,
Oh my god!
number
I
one
haven't turned
fan
that
right
down.
there.
There you go.
Yeah,
That's a new one.
that little girl won. I don't even care. Yeah, that little girl won.
Yeah.
brought me pizza, and the little boy brought me some water, and she's like, "Here you go," and I was like so like emotional about it. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't
Thank
deserve
you.
That's awesome.
Sweet. I love kids.
Well, Brian, Caroline filed an official complaint today with the board of directors. We've all seen that what went down with that, and it didn't even look like it was Mission Pro related. And Mike, to answer your question that you sent in the group chat, no, I have not watched that show that they were referencing, but
Love
I
Undercover.
think it was like Love Undercover. But I did see a
Something
synopsis
good.
of it. I'm thinking like that might not be a bad show to watch. I have a reality TV.
I know you guys are into that.
Yeah.
Also,
So-
just real quick, Brian, who's on the board of directors? I kind of want to know this.
That's true.
You know, the board of directors, Mike. Come on, dude.
Maybe it's a secret, guys. Come on.
maybe
I don't think the board of directors should be secret if you're running the show. Just throw that out there.
it's like the timekeepers in Loki.
You're not
You
wrong.
never see them.
I was gonna make that joke. So
Yeah. So, but seeing that, does it concern you at all that Thunder has really kind of gotten a little more hands-on in a way on how
little.
certain matches go and what she's getting involved with?
It,
I put you in a weird position. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I love Thunder. And I mean, she's just amazing. I honestly wouldn't even mind getting my butt kicked by her, as you can tell. But you know, I have a picture of us when I first met her. I was still a fan, and we took a picture together. And as you all saw, I took a body slam on a football field. Anyways,
I mean, how many people can say that? So,
but it was just so surreal because it felt like a whole 360 moment. You know, like I was just a teenager when I first met her, and then now it's just like I'm wrestling. Like, you know, it's so surreal. Like I don't know. It's like I said, I still have the happy thinking of ways. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just happy about it. I'm happy to get body slammed by Thunder Rosa. Okay.
But also what I'm hearing is if we need to throw down in Mission Pro, Thunder Rosa, Denise Day, we can go, right?
I mean,
That match would be.
I want to see it.
It would be amazing. You know, it's not every day that you get to step in the ring with someone that inspires you. You know.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Truly. So
Yep.
I think it's still that youthful excitement that you have at this stage. Like, okay, you ever just take a moment to step back, like, wow, I'm actually doing this. Does this still kind of hit you like that sometimes?
It hit me recently. I recently graduated from my wrestling school.
Congratulations.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. And I was also the very first female to ever do that for that school. Just looking at the picture on the wall, I had to I stood back and I was like, I did it. Like everything that I worked hard for. And I didn't think it was gonna happen because I went through like a lot of injuries. I went through a lot of things that were not known to public. And at some point I caught myself thinking if I should continue with wrestling just because of all these things happening. But I'm very glad and happy to say that I continued my dream, and every goal that I set for myself, I've continued. And I guess that's the reason why I call myself the dream catcher, because I don't let my dreams just be dreams. Like I work my ass off to accomplish them. And that is what I want to show little kids and anyone. Like, you know, don't let your dreams be dreams. Like, go for it. Like, you can talk about it all you want, but you have to put in the work.
It's true.
And then that's what I want. I want to show like I'm a very happy, bubbly person, but I'm also a person that if pushed, I could also kick ass. You know, it's the best of both worlds. And sometimes we need someone like that. And And I want to be that for kids, because everywhere I've gone, it's always been kids that go towards me, and I've heard parents tell me like, "Oh, thank you for being an inspiration to my daughter," and those words just like, oh, they melt your heart, bro. Like, I can't stand it. It hurts. It hurts in a good way.
That's awesome.
Brian, by the way, says regarding that match, I know the book girl put in a good word for you. He wanted to let you know. Yeah. But he also did have to say, we need more wrestlers like you, Denise. Don't quit. So, I mean, that's.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
100%.
never give up on your dream. So, yeah. Now, you're from Laredo,
Yes,
and
sir.
obviously the biggest female wrestler to come out of Laredo is Roxanne Perez, who just had a hell of a match against Jordan Grace. How surprised were you to see that was the match that they booked and surprises with? Because that was the talk of wrestling for the last couple weeks, mainstream wise. And two, what were your thoughts on how the match went down at Battleground?
Um, I was actually there for Roxy's first match. I was in the fans audience, and I saw that she came out in this pink shirt, these black shorts, and she had her first match. And I only got to train her with her very couple of days, because she was already out there when I first started. So I didn't really get to become like really close friends with her. But I know the type of person that she is, and she, like you said, she represents like Laredo, and she fought for her dream too, and that's what we need. We needed Roxy, and then seeing her like from being in the backyard where we used to train, and then seeing her having that platform, it's crazy. It's so crazy seeing her do that, but it's so fucking amazing seeing her do that. Like, she's kicking ass, and that bitch was it was fucking great, it's like, it's just being happy for another person, and that's exactly what I am for Roxy. We're like 1 year apart, and like it's so surreal seeing her like do that. Like, she was like this little girl, like when I saw her. Now she's just like this beautiful woman that's just kicking ass, literally. I don't know so much about the character, but
Well, I think after watching that, I don't know if anybody's going to be wrestling with ear piercings after that, because Jordan's come out and said, no way. Yeah. Yeah. Just put up the video of the stitches, by the way, too.
Yeah.
Also, Angel saying you're so inspiring. So
the other Angel, not Angel Blue. Another.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, so.
I was gonna be like, "Was he trying to kill me a little while ago?"
I was gonna say, if it would have been Angel Blue, there would have been like sarcasm dripping off that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very true.
It could have been Angel Blue. There wasn't enough Tommy sucks in the comment, so
Right.
Right. That's how we would know.
Yeah.
It would have been more like, you inspire me to want to punch Tommy in the throat, apparently. So.
But apparently that just happens, no matter what with her.
That's probably
So yeah, that's another reason why I don't wear earrings, guys. Like, I do have my earrings.
Yeah.
But we don't do that. I
Same.
don't wear any jewelry when I'm in the ring.
That match probably confirmed it for a lot of people. Like, yeah, I'm taking this stuff out, so it's yeah.
And it sucks, because for the longest time I've been wanting to get the piercings up here, the helix. I've been wanting to get it, but then I saw that and I was like, never mind.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Angel puts in this response.
I don't want to get. Well, they should clear that up. So yeah.
Well, thank you, nice angel.
Nice angel.
Nice Angel.
That's what we're calling Angel now. That's hilarious.
The other one.
Yeah. So that match really turned a lot of heads. I will talk about it more when we get into Battleground, but yeah, I'm interested to see who answers Jordan Grace's open challenge this Friday at Against All Odds. That's going to be a very interesting one. But you mentioned that you have officially graduated from your wrestling school.
Yes, sir.
So how have the calls started coming in more about bookings? Like, what's the plan for you? Where are you going next, I should say, after Mission Pro this weekend? What do you got coming up?
My goal was, after I wanted to complete graduation from where I started my wrestling school, which is a 5-star. And I told myself that after I graduated, I would want to leave Laredo and move to San Antonio because I feel like there's bigger opportunities once you leave. And like it's like Roxy did. Roxy traveled to Houston on a Greyhound, and she worked for it. And but the opportunities are out there. You know, I love Laredo, but you have to leave home sometimes to get those opportunities. And so now that I've graduated, the goal is to
Oh, frozen. Hold on.
move to San Antonio. I've been wanting to move for a while now. I'm looking at them right now. Right, Tommy?
Nice.
Oh. Thank you. See? Nice to me. How hard is that? Shut up, JC.
I didn't say anything.
You were thinking it.
Well, there's houses for sale in my neighborhood if you're, but yeah, Laredo's not too far away. It's a 2-hour drive. If you ever need to go back and get, Danny's, I mean, the food's great. My wife's from there, so we go visit family all the time. So,
Palenque.
well, we have Taco Palenque here too. Yeah,
Oh, that's
sure.
right.
Yes.
Never mind, I'm good.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, I remember Tina when they opened that first one.
Okay.
And she was so psyched about.
Let me explain. The very first one opened off 410 and Broadway, and for
That's where it is.
reference,
That's in the rules.
we live on the far west side of San Antonio. So when we were over there in that area of town, we walked in. She was so excited when I was in town. She walked in. She was just like, oh, this smells. And I look at her. I was like, yeah, it smells like Laredo. She smacked me in the face, but it was just a funny joke. But people ask her like, "Do you miss home?" She's like, "I don't miss the heat, but I miss the food." That's what she always says. Yeah. So I mean, yeah.
Do you remember when they made the one closer to here?
Yes.
And y'all I met y'all there, but y'all basically took me there. Y'all like she was so excited to show me this place.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's good.
Yeah, the kids love it too, especially because this one has a playground, the one by our house too. So I mean, it's
What did you try, Mike? If you don't mind me asking, what did you
Oh,
try?
It was probably like fajitas or something. That's what I do all the time.
I think you tried a pirata because Tina recommended it. That's her.
I was
Maybe
gonna
that was
Yeah.
I love pita. No?
Tina always gets the beef fajita, panchitos, and a pirata. That's her go-to. So, and I'm always chicken fajita tacos on corn tortillas with grilled onions and avocado or guacamole, I should say.
So what you guys are saying is Taco Palenque after Mission Pro?
Hey,
My wife would not object to that. I was saying neither will my kids.
I thought you didn't hear that and run in the room. Yes, we're doing that.
all of a sudden the kids have like a midnight or 1 a.m.
Let me text her right now. Actually, so let's see.
How late do they stay open?
They're 24 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Well, I think we just made a plan, guys.
yeah.
Yeah, podcast is over. Good night. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Let's go,
I
guys.
know what we're gonna do on Saturday.
Yeah, Angel, I think we're on the same boat with this one.
I'll tell you this though: if they ever open a Danny's here, you'll probably find us there every now and then too. But
The Danny's?
Danny's, yeah. Oh, there we go. So, yeah.
I'm hungry, guys.
All this talk about restaurants, they just bust out the flaming hots. Yeah. So, all right. Mike, Tommy, anything? Tina says depends how late it is, but I'm down. She's always down. So, yeah.
Oh, our after show group just got bigger. I like it.
Yeah.
Seriously.
The kids will be excited for sure.
Hey, there's Michael, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Part of that group too.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna have a fight on Saturday, is what I hear.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, guys? I've been through hell, but I'm ready for it. Like I said, I'm not I don't scare easily. I have literally broken my hand mid-match. Continued the fight. After my match, did I cry like a little baby? Obviously, I broke my hand. I'm not a robot.
She gets to the back. Ow! Yeah. So.
Yeah. Like afterwards, I was like, yeah, I was a badass. Left.
Yeah.
The adrenaline wore off, and your body said, "Hey, you're in pain now. Don't forget that part. You're in pain now."
And then like one finger was like bent 90 degrees the wrong way. Or...
Yeah. That beautiful scar that I have there, guys. Can you see it?
Jesus.
Beautiful.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Fun fact: I still have the plate, so if you put your fingers, you can feel it, and it's.
Dang.
Does that ever set off like a metal detector? Is it just like
You know, it's never happened, but the one time that I travel to Mexico and I go to Cancun and I come through the freaking thing, it light up. I was like, hello.
Well, like
Of all places.
I've heard from older people that get like joint replacements that they have to give you a card to take through travel. They didn't give you one when they put plates in your hand?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I found that out the hard way while I was in Mexico. I was like,
Wow.
oh, they make my life more harder. Yes.
How much did you have to pay to get them?
Right.
I was so mad. Because the girl was like, do you have anything? I was like, no. And she was like, and then I stepped through the thing and then it just went beep. And I was like, hello? What the heck? I was even shocked. I was like, what is going on?
And they're like, okay, ma'am, come with us.
Okay. I want to go home. No, but I mean,
It's like I want to be on. I don't want to go on the trip anymore.
that you should really sell that a little bit more in your match too. Like you got a metal plate here, like use that. I mean,
sometimes I will admit sometimes if you do see me doing that with my hand, I'm honestly sometimes not selling because I do have pain. There's certain things that I can't do anymore. Like I can't color because it starts hurting after a long period of time. I can't write like I used to because it starts hurting after a certain period. When I do the bench press, I have to hold it awkwardly because it's the pressure when you put it down that it hurts. So there's certain things that I can't really do, like even like the simple things in wrestling, like the front rolls and the back rolls, putting pressure on my hand sometimes hurt. But I just, like I said, I push through the pain, obviously.
Yeah.
Doing this. I have been told that I should be taking it out because God forbid if I were to break the injury, like the injury again, it's going to be worse because there's metal and
Yeah.
in there. But if I do take it out, that means I'm going to also have to be out for wrestling. Like I won't be able to wrestle for a while because I have to be. And I don't want to do that because I'm such in a good place that I don't want to lose it because I've heard wrestling is a momentum. You kind of have to go with it. If you stop.
It is kind of those. It's sadly it's one of those businesses where it's like an out of sight, out of mind thing. People get hurt on TV, and Rhea Ripley's a prime example. Obviously, the Dom storyline's taken off as well, but but now who knows with the Ricochet thing? Obviously, his contract situation too. Like, what's going to happen with him? Where is he going to go? How are they going to sell this stuff as well? So
okay. Well, to be fair, WWE didn't remember him when he was on TV, so
Okay. JC knows this. I'm always confused about cameras being mirrored or not. Is that your left hand, Denise?
That is
Which
the right
one?
hand.
The one that's got the plate that you're showing?
Oh yeah, it's my right hand. I broke my right hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
The camera's mirrored because when you put the Cheetos up, it was backwards. That's how I figured.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
Fun fact: all my tattoos are on my left hand.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a fun fact: all my tattoos are on my left side of my body.
Well, when I saw you, you said you couldn't color. Like the way I was looking at it looked like your left hand.
You have your camera's mirrored. That's why I was throwing us off. Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But I was like, are you a lefty? Because then I thought I was another left-hander in the world.
Yeah, because left-handed.
You're still cool. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Mike and I are lefties right here. So yeah.
That's badass. I mean, I had
love.
To be with the lefty because I couldn't do much with my right, so I had to practice it for a little while. I mean,
I'm one of those weirdos that like throw a ball,
just
everything left-handed, and then I still right-handed because I went to private elements, the nuns, the lefties, the devil's handwriting. They make you right-handed, so I always learn to write.
I'm sorry, the what?
The nuns.
Yeah, no,
they consider left-handed writing the devil's handwriting, so they make you learn to write right-handed. So tell that to a kindergartner. Exactly. That's how I learned. So yeah, so I learned to write right-handed.
Okay.
Yeah. So unfortunately, neither one of my kids came out left-handed. So, but that is what it is. But so yeah. So.
What's up, Jason? Another one of us.
That's nice. One of us.
Also, I missed this one.
What?
Just put it in a cast and use it on blue.
Yes, I approve that.
What was that commercial where this guy gets titanium hands and he's a boxer and he's just like nobody wants to box him because he's just one punch. Whatever.
Oh, I remember that commercial.
Yeah,
what was it for?
I mean, yeah, it was.
I can't remember what it was
for.
for.
Yeah. Oh, I'll say this. I don't know how effective it is, but it does save a lot of people's careers. Maybe there's something DDP Yoga has that'll help with the physical therapy or something.
I mean, he fixed everybody else. So
definitely. So,
That gave me an idea. You know what would be cool? If we had if me and Angel, if she wants to get to that point, I mean, why don't we have like an Extreme Rules match?
Ooh.
Yo.
I mean,
Angel Blue being hit by a kendo stick. That's how I would have said it.
Or
No.
Tommy.
Or mentioned fans bring the weapons. We always love those.
I would actually go into my dad's in his shop like I need things, father. It's like,
we know Angel's no stranger to hardcore Extreme Rules type matches for sure.
That's true.
Yeah. I know Tommy's really begging for a fan lumberjack strap match for that kind of a thing, but I just don't see that happening.
I didn't say beg. I thought.
But Brian, if you're still in the chat, he's just mentioning that.
So there could be something here. So yeah.
Brian would be like, fan lumberjack strap match. Sit down, Tommy.
Somehow you're still going to get hit with the strap, Tommy. It's okay.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that would be the first time. What did it say?
Angel, take my mom's cane.
You know, my daughter still has that softball bat with friendship bracelet still here, so it's still intact, by the way. Yeah.
He's like, let me see it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we are looking forward to seeing the match this Saturday.
Yes.
Looking forward to Taco Palenque after the show as well, for sure. So
Lovely.
yeah. And where can everybody find you on social media?
You know, guys, every time you guys ask me that, I always blank out because, like, I'm literally like, you know, guys, where can you find me? Where can you?
You're at the Denise Day on X or Twitter.
Thank you.
And I believe
I think it's official Denise Day.
Yeah, on
Instagram.
Instagram.
Denise Day in Instagram.
Just keep it notes on your phone so you can just pull it up real quick.
And can we give both of your Facebook? No, I'm just kidding.
I am so sorry if I did not seem like 100 right now. I'm literally running on 4 hours of sleep.
You're fine.
I am so
You're fine.
I was trying to be as hyped as I can, guys. I was like, woohoo! You know, I'm here.
Yeah.
Never apologize. You're good.
No,
Yeah.
You're good.
You were nice to me. I have no complaints about this whatsoever.
Oh, I know, brother. I'm sorry how the interview went with Angel.
Yeah.
It's okay. I guess on some level I deserved it, but when you beat her on Saturday, I'll have a smile on my face.
Like I promise this, okay? When I chop her, and you know that I give very beautiful chops. I am very proud of those. I will look at you, Tommy, and be like, "This is for you." And that's it.
She's using the hand with the plate, though. Just remember that.
Yeah, with the plate, obviously.
It's gonna be a good day.
I do think before the show started and everyone else got on, that was close to the meanest you've ever been to me in the time we've known each other. She was disappointed because she knows after all the things Angel said, I may not be there to witness the match.
Oh,
at
yeah.
that time.
Yeah.
Family duty calls, right?
Cake afterwards. I forgive you now.
Okay. I'll say this. I'm glad we're sponsoring this match because I feel like it is one that could steal the show.
Oh yeah,
I think,
very well could.
with everything that is being hyped up with this event, and it's worth the hype, you know, especially with Thunder Roche, Tiffany, and Izzy.
No, that match is. You know, Thunder's not going to be there after all, right?
Oh,
she's on Collision for a match. So last kind of So.
Yeah. So much changes in a few days. Jesus Christ.
So yeah, if Brian's not in the chat, it's because probably something else has changed, and they've had to adjust the show for. I think he said he's at 104 now, different times. So.
He did say last night on a mission that they're renting a private jet to fly someone in. I don't know who that is, but you know.
And that there's another match that will be announced that night. So.
Yeah, that night.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's up in the air. Card subject to change, right? So,
literally.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, regardless, I think we sponsored the match that is going to steal the show.
I mean,
which is right.
I agree.
Yeah.
That, you said, both of us want to get that win, so we're not going down easily.
That's true.
Michael, I say, hold on.
split another mic. So
No, Michael May, you flew in commercially. The jet was not for you. You're already here. We talked about this today.
Oh my god.
oh my god, that's hilarious.
Michael.
Wow.
He
By
said
the
that's
way,
Jay.
we'll talk about it later. But my son is a huge fan of both Izzy Moreno and Tiffany Nieves, so he's been conflicted all week. He finally revealed what his pick was.
Yeah,
And we'll
we
talk
saw
about it
that.
when we preview the show. Yeah, but
It was not easy for him.
no,
It wasn't. Poor kid.
So,
I understand, though. I understand his problems.
yeah. So, Denise, thank you. Get some
Yes.
sleep.
Yes, thank you
Enjoy
so
the
much.
Flaming
man.
Hots, yes. And we'll see you Saturday for some wrestling and some tacos. So
Yes, and again, I'm so sorry, guys. I'm here.
Aye,
You're
we
good.
know. You know.
We're happy to have you on it all.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I hope you have a great night, and y'all get some sleep too. Get some food. Love you guys. Be safe. Don't talk to strangers unless they're cute. And that is all I
It's
can
not
say.
the best advice. I don't know if I endorse that, but yeah.
Look, when we were kids, they taught us stranger dangers, and now you just get into someone's car that like pulls up on your phone. So I mean,
Yeah.
you know, things don't always.
And you eat food strangers leave on your doorstep. I know you ordered it, but still, that's how the food got there. So
Yeah.
That is so true.
That is,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've let a stranger come to my home.
But I mean, if you're gonna let a stranger come to your home,
I'm gonna go pick it up. Thanks a
Bring
lot.
it-
Yep. Sorry.
But if they're bringing tacos,
that's what I was gonna say. Like if they're bringing food, at least I'm gonna die with food. So
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, if you're gonna kill me, can I at least eat my food first and then
Yeah.
get to the murdering?
hold on, come
Let's
on.
negotiate.
let me finish my pirata, goddammit. Yeah. So,
Yeah. So I don't ask for much, guys. Okay.
All that Angel got out of the stranger danger talk.
unless they're cute. Oh, Jesus. Thank you again, Denise.
Yes.
Get some rest. We'll see you Saturday. All right.
See you Saturday.
All right, see you later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow. 2 straight weeks of great interviews, guys. That was a lot.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
Awesome.
yes. All right. So, thank you everybody for great advice. Yeah. Well, thank you everybody when we his interviews. There's so much fun when people interact. So I appreciate everyone live chatting along and everything. It's always a blast. So that being said, I want to let you know if you're catching this on a stream, you'll notice that we have been in the past been streaming to our Countdown City WrestleCast Facebook page. But Facebook has decided to change the way that they allow people to stream to their pages. You have to have a certain number of likes and all this stuff. And I know we just recently launched the page. So right now we're only streaming to our Countdown City Geeks YouTube, Countdown City Geeks Facebook. If you haven't already, spread the word. Please go like the Countdown City WrestleCast Facebook page. I don't know what the threshold is, but they increased the number. So once we hit that threshold, we'll be able to be streaming more to that page ultimately. That is the goal, to be able to kind of move a lot of our content there, because there is so much going on with the Countdown City Geeks network that we want to be able to just have a little home for the WrestleCast as well. So please, if you haven't already, or if you know friends that watch the show and haven't done it already, please send them over to our Countdown City WrestleCast Facebook page and so we can get back to streaming on that channel as well. So yeah.
I did not realize that, but yeah.
Yeah, it popped up when I sent the restream. I was like, you son of Mark Zuckerberg being a communist. What? News-wise, I think the biggest thing everyone's talked about, we know about the news came out about Ricochet's contract situation. Reports are that he doesn't plan to renew. The Lapeers have written him off television on Monday. Samantha Irvin as well. And Pat McAfee had a pretty good audition as a ring announcer, which, by the way, Drew McIntyre said he wants him to be introduced that way from now on.
Yeah,
But-
as the big handsome bastard from Scotland from now on.
But here's my question to you guys, because ever since the news report came out that Ricochet was not going to renew, and the way he was supposedly written off TV, there's been a lot of fan support for him. People have put together their own compilations of some of his greatest moments in wrestling. Is this going to be a situation where they rethink things a bit and try and get him to re-sign and maybe promise a certain push for him? Or do you think the ship has sailed? So
Well, so the funny thing is, I did read that
because his situation was getting so much reaction, they were at least thinking of having him come back before, because apparently his contract's not over till July officially. But it's up to them. It's getting a lot of attention right now, but I feel again like he's one of those people. If WWE did this, they'll push him. His track record with WWE is they'll push him for like a month, they'll lose interest, or they'll just move on to other things, and then he'll be, he was the speed champion, which is cool, but I don't know, was that really a huge deal that anyone cared about, that you could watch short matches on X? Like, I feel like X is dying.
I didn't understand the speed championship. It felt like they made a championship for Ricochet. Oh, we got to give him something, so let's make this. It's almost it's almost on the level of the 24/7 title. Like, it's a gimmick.
Yeah,
So.
but even with that, now they gave it to Andrade, which to me makes even less sense because
not to take this conversation again into another direction, but earlier this year, at the end of last year, when WWE was on that high, everyone was talking about AEW. Everyone needs to go back to WWE. There's not room for everybody. And again, we just go to this thing where they go back, and it's good for them. It's good that they have these options, but WWE, even as big as they are with their programming, can't highlight everyone, especially if people are coming back from AEW on top of the roster they have. So now you have Andrade, which he's a great wrestler. It was a huge thing when he came back to the Rumble. Then he got stuck, and you got to put all the Mexicans together with LWO versus
Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, I was just going to say the other, but and that was stuck for a long time. They finally separated them on brands, and now he's the speed champion. Does anyone care about that?
I mean, if they make him a heel, he can really just kill the time and let the time run out and just run that gimmick for a while.
No, they were trying to make him a heel, a face on SmackDown, and he was feuding with Legado del Fantasma. So no matter what he did, he was still fighting.
And you know what I guarantee he did in every match? The Three Amigos suplexes.
Probably.
But going back to Ricochet, either way, I hope it works out for him. He's an amazing talented dude, very humble, very nice guy. But I can't lie. Part of me wants him to go to AEW because this is pulling back a curtain a bit. Years ago, I had a quick conversation with Swerve Strickland back when he was just Shane Strickland, and he talked about what a huge inspiration Ricochet was for him. And I want him to go to AEW because I want that match. I want Swerve now versus Ricochet.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
And then on top of that, everyone's talking about the rematch with him and Bruv.
Ospreay.
Ospreay,
Yeah.
Also, I got to throw this in real quick.
Yeah, look, Angel, they did that before. It was called the Divas title.
Yeah,
throw it out there. Yeah, I saw that too. With Ricochet, I would say, okay, obviously you can run with this. I think Money in the Bank is coming up July 6th. And you could put Ricochet in that Money in the Bank match. You could have Braun Breaker in that as well. I think this is what it's leading to for Braun Breaker. He's just attacking everybody so he gets noticed. They're going to put him in this Money in the Bank contract ladder match. And maybe that's the final point where they decide, like, okay, can we get him signed to a contract? And if they do, maybe Ricochet wins that match. If not, maybe it's Braun Breaker. Maybe it comes down to the two of them or something. I don't know. It's a storyline you can build around a ladder match with the two of them for sure.
I know what you're saying, but also you've had him for how long? And now at the last minute that the story is he's getting ready to leave and people are excited about that. Now you want to try and keep him and do stuff with him. I just feel like that never really leads to a good thing long term, but I could be wrong.
The only time that worked was Bryan Danielson.
That's true.
But even then, it took them forever to finally really, really do something with him.
Oh, you're talking about originally, okay, I got you.
Yeah, sure.
I thought you meant toward the end where he was leaving and still.
No. I meant with the Yes movement. He wasn't leaving, but they were that groundswell.
What was tonight's main event? Was that Osprey and
Phoenix, Osprey and Phoenix.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I didn't watch it. I missed it, but yeah,
I didn't get a chance to see it either. But
Okay. Well, we'll see how this plays out. Either way, obviously it seems Samantha and Ricochet are a package deal. So, I mean, I don't know what her contract situation is, but
yeah, from what I heard, no, she's sticking around. That's what I've heard. She's not going anywhere, but just Ricochet is. That's actually someone else's point. Is like it seems like they push her way more than they ever pushed him.
Yeah. And there's more than enough couples that have split companies,
still make it work, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, any moment now, I think Andrade and Charlotte have to do that again because Andrade's gonna be like, yeah, it wasn't so bad over there. Now that I think about it.
Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, for all we know, it could just be him getting some time off and then he comes back. Who knows, right?
Andrade's like, TNA, hey!
Yay!
Yeah. Okay, look. Here's why I bring up Andrade again because everyone makes such a big deal how he wasn't being utilized in AEW, and I'll admit they could have booked him more. So they book him a lot in the end. He leaves and everything. That's cool. What happens? And everyone said, "Oh, he's going to finally get his start to shine in WWE." He came back. He had 1 week of a tease feud with Legado del Fantasma. Did not show up on SmackDown the next week, and then suddenly he's on X for the Speed Championship. And I'm just like, so where's that brilliant booking I was just talking about? I did a couple of memes I haven't posted yet that kind of talk about this because I have a lot more to say in that regard when we get to NXT. Oh boy, do I have more to say about this when we get to NXT.
Well,
Okay.
that's good a time as ever to jump into that, so might as well, right? So NXT Battleground was this past Sunday. Initial thoughts on the show, guys. Like, what stood out to you the most from this one?
Obafemi is not of this planet. That man is a Saiyan. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I don't know where in Nigeria they found that big mother sucker, but let me tell you something. That boy ain't from around here, and I mean the solar system. The boy felt a capsule as his planet blew up.
If you start seeing some men in black suits at NXT, you know why.
If someone brings a glowing green rock and he suddenly gets weaker, then I'm gonna know exactly where he's from.
Have you guys seen the video of that strongman who did like a 2-on-1 MMA match against a couple of young guys? That's what the Obafemi match reminded me of. Yeah, it really did.
Oh my god, I love that clip so much. He knocked that first dude all the way the hell out.
Yeah.
That's what that match reminded me of. But I mean, it's still Femi is just beast. I said it last. He's osmosis but athletic. I said it last week. So
he's like Claudio in the way when I say that grown man hit a grown man with another grown man.
He's Claudio if Claudio decided to bulk up.
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed though that Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace was not the main event of the show.
I am too, especially considering how the main event ended. I am too.
Yeah.
yeah, that's also because we're biased, but
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there was so much more hype around that than Trick and Ethan Page. I feel like the promo package for Trick and Ethan Page was like, okay, we're really pushed like this is such a big deal, but I was like,
Well, we
like,
talked about it last week.
Yeah.
Page is cool, but the way you just kind of bring him in right into a thing without getting,
Yeah.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Tommy.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean,
Very much so. Yeah. So.
Everyone thinks that grass is always greener.
The ladder match, none of us got that right, but your thoughts on Kelani and Jordan winning the
no, it was a hell of a match though. Like,
Yeah, that was really good.
it was
though.
cool
That
as
was really
crap, and I thought Sol Ruka was going to pull it off. She pulled off her 2 soul snatchers one from the corner, one from the ladder or whatever.
That ladder one was really cool.
Yeah.
Too.
No, I don't think like I said, any of us saw that coming, but hey, if you can use it to get, because NXT maybe not quite at the level of talent that TNA had, but they have a really big and decent women's division.
They do.
Yeah.
So if you can use this to get that middle group,
feuding and get more stuff going, I mean, yeah.
Use your advantage for sure. So.
Yeah.
I will say I read somewhere that they creative currently has something for Gigi Dolan, and I like that doesn't make any sense how that.
No, I heard she was injured. I heard she was dealing with some stuff.
Okay. Then maybe I heard wrong because that's what I saw first. That's what I saw originally, and I was like, that just doesn't make any sense how that's possible to not have something for her.
No.
Talking a bit about Roxanne and Jordan Grace. I thought it was hilarious that the announcer almost called her Dana Brooke, but she's Ash by Elegance for the little multiverse of wrestling.
He's so funny about almost calling people when Ethan Page showed up. Wasn't he a day?
Yeah.
And then did you see what happened on Tuesday with Cody and Ethan Page, Lexus King, and Sean Spears?
Yeah.
Yes, because that was the point I was going to bring up. They're all like, so I'm not saying Cody was taking a shot. I really don't think he was, because I really do think he thinks highly of AEW and everyone over there. But my point is they brought in Ethan Page again with all that hype. Lost his first match in. Sean Spears has done very little since he showed back up, and Lexus King everyone hates. So I'm not saying that they're exactly not in the similar place. Well, no, that's actually what I'm saying. They're in a similar place that they were in AEW.
But Tommy, they're in the WWE company, so it's better now because it says WWE.
Yeah,
don't you understand?
but also, no, I don't, because the booking is like exactly the same. It's almost like sometimes, every now and again, no matter how good you are, you just get lost in the shuffle because your talent roster is so bloated.
Tommy, I know you're going on a rant, but I literally said that earlier too. Like, there's not room for everybody on both sides, and they just go back and forth.
Yeah, that's why, and that's actually what made me think about it, is when you said that, I thought about that, because it's like that really triggered me, because I remember like when they had that moment with Lexus, Sean, and Ethan, when Cody was there, I said, first of all, when was the last time we saw Lexus King on NXT TV? Okay, let's just start there. Secondly, I forgot Sean Spears even went back there. Like, I'm not even trying to be mean about that. I forgot he was even there anymore. And thirdly, Ethan Page is now just complaining about a loss he just had. So, again, what's the difference to when y'all were in AEW? I mean, maybe the check's a bit more and good for you. I'm not saying don't make money. I'm just like, what's the difference in the booking?
I'm going to be 100% honest. I usually only check in when I hear Ren's going to be on the show. So I don't watch on a weekly basis.
Although they did announce they're going to have a battle royal next week.
People from different
other locker rooms. Oh, they said other locker rooms. So people were like,
yeah.
"Oh, is it TNA?" It's probably
Look,
Raw,
if it's Joe Hendry, it's a win.
And that I mean, hell, that could happen this Saturday. So yeah, exactly.
Joe Hendry.
They all the countries, Tommy.
Apparently, Pat McAfee said it at one point on Raw. He was like, "Say his name and he appears," but people didn't really care.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I heard that.
Pat McAfee says so many things. At some point, you just tune him out. So it happens.
Sorry, Mike. I don't. I love Pat. So every time he's talking, I'm actually listening.
He talks too much. Like, I'm not saying all the time, but there are just some times where you're like, okay. Again, I think it goes back to WrestleMania when he was like trying way too hard to be pro Bloodline or whatever. But anyways.
Yeah.
Well, as far as our pick results for NXT Battleground, I went 2-4, Tommy 3-3, Mike 4-2. Kind of sweet.
I was gonna lie. I was surprised I did that well.
Even 500, right? So yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
WrestleCast ratings for this event: 0 to 5, 5 being WrestleMania 17, 0 being December to Dismember. This one to me was all right. Nothing too fancy about it. I mean, obviously, Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace really stood out. Trick and Ethan was just kind of meh. The ladder match was great. Underground was interesting, but I thought the finish was kind of out of nowhere. So this one overall was probably a 4 out of 5 for me. Nothing. Nothing really. I mean, it was a good show. A few matches here and there, but nothing like top to bottom great. But still, not a bad show. Pretty cool to see it being in the UFC thing. Seeing all the MMA stuff around there was pretty interesting to see in the backstage for sure. So, Tommy, what's your rating for NXT Battleground?
I'm also going to go 4. Oh, by the way, I want to laugh because Lola Vice did the same dance she did when she won her Bellator fight. I thought that was pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
Apparently, Gypsy Mac was one of the people around the ring during that match.
Love Gypsy Mac, so I'm 100% okay with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm gonna just make it even. Don't have to do math. Same with me. 4.
4. Oh, thank God. I'm just kidding. I have a put it in
Calculator.
Excel and it calculates
Okay.
it. So yeah, so it works out for me anyway. So all right. Well, easy enough then. Our rating for NXT Battleground is a 4.0 out of 5. Yeah. So
3.
if you're
0.0. Whoa.
if you're in the chat too, let us know what your rating is for Battleground 0 to 5. So
There you go.
yeah. There you go. Make it easy for us.
Wait, what?
What?
Is this serious? Hold on.
No way.
What did it say?
Y'all
Sexy
hear
Red
Sexy
got
Red got
arrested
arrested after? Like in Orlando?
Oh, she got in a fight in an airport. I saw that.
I didn't hear about that.
I did
Yeah,
not
I
hear
did.
about that.
Yeah, she got in a fight in the airport. Yeah, I heard about that.
Oh,
I did not hear that.
Vegas.
That's hilarious.
You can take the girl out of the ratchet. You can't take the ratchet out of the girl. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, what happens in Vegas, right? So
Apparently it doesn't say there because we all heard about it.
I was gonna say ends up on YouTube.
now I
Hopefully
know
not.
we're a little over an hour into this show, so we're gonna go through somewhat quickly about what is happening this weekend. We'll start
Carl
with
Anderson?
TNA Against All Odds. The beauty is there are 4 shows happening this weekend, and you're able to watch all of them, and they're not conflicting with each other. So thumbs up to that, wrestling gods. TNA Against All Odds is Friday. Let me give you a quick rundown of the match card for this one. Pre-show is Sami Callihan versus Jonathan Gresham.
That's a crazy match to have on the pre-show.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
Damn.
That's for free. Yeah, tune in early on YouTube and get to watch that on TNA Plus as well. You know, the free use. Eric Young and Josh Alexander versus ABC. Steve Macklin and Mike Santana versus the Rascals. And then into the title matches, X Division, Mustafa Ali versus Trent Seven. Tag Team Championship, The System versus the Nemeth Brothers.
That should be fun.
The Knockouts Championship, and this one's interesting, is Jordan Grace issuing an open challenge. Whether we find out who that is tomorrow on Impact or we find out that night remains to be seen. But we just know Jordan Grace is defending the title. We don't know against who. And then finally, the TNA Championship, Moose versus Broken Matt Hardy.
I'm good for that.
Yeah, question for you guys. Who do you think the open challenge will be for Jordan Grace?
I feel like given assuming they're gonna like continue story wise, I feel like it's either gonna be Ash by Elegance or Taylor Paxley.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. There are several NXT women that like I got to make sure I know like use the right name because I don't know them well enough. But Tatum Paxley is the crazy one who stole the TNA belt at first, right?
Yeah, she's the one. Yeah.
I mean, I would love it if it was Mia Yim, but that's for personal reasons. So
that would be pretty.
That
cool.
actually wouldn't be a bad idea. You know,
No.
I mean, makes sense. You know, for sure. So that'd be really good. So, but any other matches on this card that stick out to you that you're interested in?
I really want to see how the main event goes. You know, since Matt Hardy really he's wanted to do more, so he's back in TNA, which is cool. It's kind of the same thing with what I said about the AEW wrestlers in NXT. Santana was real big about making his own thing. He's done so far. How did he end up back in the tag team again? I just want to know how that's working, but we'll see. Maybe hope that.
So many spots.
Yeah,
but I hope that works out for him too. Same concept.
And like I said earlier, the tag team match. I mean, Dolph now with his younger brother. I can't imagine they ever teamed because Dolph was in WWE for so long. Nick Nemeth, but he can go. And I mean, the younger brother wasn't. He wasn't bad, and it's probably got to be hard in those situations where you're overshadowed by, the older brother who had the illustrious career. But I mean, I think that should be fun, and the System are solid workers. They're the champs right now, so it should be interesting.
I'm very interested to see Eric Young and Josh Alexander as a tag team, especially against ABC. That's going to be a hell of a match, and the winner of that could be challenging for the tag titles down the road. So,
So kind of connecting that back to something Tommy was talking about earlier. Do you remember initially
when Ethan and Josh Alexander broke up, and
Yeah.
people weren't sure if Josh Alexander was gonna survive on his own in TNA. And now, I mean, again, no disrespect to Ethan Page, I feel like he wasn't utilized well in AEW, and even though he was thrown into the title match, we talk about how that doesn't necessarily help him yet. But Josh Alexander, like, I feel like at the moment, it's kind of come out a little bit better overall. So,
Yeah,
For sure. And I mean, you talk about this whole talent share thing going on here. What if we get some sort of thing where they team up for a one-time only thing?
team up. What if they face each other?
Well, face each other, but we get like a one-time reunion of the North. Like how
that'd be
crazy
cool.
would that be? So
And I want to be clear. What I was saying about Ethan Page isn't me because, like, I think he's a great talent too, and I do admit he's been underutilized in different places. But now this will be like the third company, is my point, because TNA underutilized him, AEW did, and now WWE does. It's like I felt bad for the guy. But like, well, then now what's supposed to do?
and Josh Alexander is the one that went and won a world championship. So
RCW.
I mean, given the amount of people that show up in RCW talent-wise and crowd-wise, it's not the worst idea, actually.
You can shut up the treats.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already a fan. That'll just make me want to buy him a shirt. Anyway, so
TNA Against All Odds is this Friday, June 14th, 7 p.m. Central Time, taking place at Cicero Stadium in Chicago, Illinois, and exclusively on TNA Plus. I believe the pre-show starts around 6 or 6:30. I think they'll have that on the TNA YouTube channel. Also, they'll have access to TNA Plus temporarily for free if you don't already have an account. So you can watch Sami Callihan take on Jonathan Gresham, which is going to be hell of a match too. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. All right, moving on to Saturday afternoon, Clash at the Castle, Scotland. I gotta say, this is a show people have been really looking forward to ever since WrestleMania. Especially with the way the CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest thing kind of went down. Obviously, Punk's injury kind of puts a damper on some of this, but still, the hype has been great around Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, for sure. And 5 matches on the card, but this is looking really good. I'll just kind of run through. Go ahead, Mike. What's up?
Well, I have a question real quick because this is kind of it seems like it's kind of become their new thing, especially with these international pay-per-views. I know we've complained in the past about pay-per-views being too long, but does 5 create too much space in between matches and some matches that maybe go longer than they need to?
yes.
Okay.
The answer to that is yes. Because a friend of mine who is not at all a WWE fan, he loves pro wrestling. He's like one of the few people who I know doesn't like WWE and sticks to that. Like, he doesn't like actively like get on the computer and hate them. He's just like, I don't like them, I don't watch them, and he sticks to that. He brings that up to me a lot. It's like all that money that people are paying for the pay-per-views, it's 5 matches. Now, I'll give it that 5 matches are great, but again, this kind of goes back to the bloated talent roster. So it's like AEW and WWE have 2 extremes of an issue. AEW sometimes has too many matches, and WWE only has like 5, unless it's WrestleMania weekend, in which case they pack in 30 matches in 2 days, which is, again, kind of overdoing it a bit.
I would argue 5 is not a bad number because it gives them more time to tell a story of these matches. When you start loading it, you get matches on like 5-10 minutes. I'll look back on Backlash. These are the timestamps for the matches. 19 minutes, 26 seconds, 13 minutes, 11 seconds, 15 minutes, 46 seconds, 17 minutes, 26 seconds, and 27 minutes, 21 seconds. So, if you were to go back and look on a card that had like 6 or 7 matches, you sometimes get matches in there that don't even run 10 minutes.
Don't you need that mix? Do you need everything to be a long drawn out? Like, I feel like we've talked about in the past when shows, the way you build a show and you go up, you come down, you go back up, whatever. If you're just kind of building the whole time, and I know we make fun of things, call them the bathroom break matches and this and that, but sometimes you need shorter matches within these things to kind of break up or that palate cleanser. And I know it's kind of insulting to say that, but when you don't have it,
I feel like you notice it more. But that's just me.
Maybe, yeah, but I mean, I think that's what Triple H's vision is with this. I mean, forget he's a wrestler. He knows they want to tell their story. They want to have some freedom in what they're saying, what they're like doing in the ring. Under the previous regime, it's very cut dry. Here's what we're doing, this and that. Like matches can get cut. Maybe he's trying to get away from that. So I don't know. It's just a thought.
I would almost agree, except it feels like they just use that extra time to just do more advertisements. That's it. Yeah. It's WWE though. Everyone's already the commercials don't have to be 10 minutes long. Is my point. We don't need 10 minutes of them advertising Prime Energy drink. We get it. It's on the ring apron.
On the ring, there's a literal hydration station.
Yeah.
Other than when like people have been thrown into it, has anybody legitimately gone and like, oh man, I'm tired. Let me get some Prime on the way back. Like it's just
Logan Paul. Just Logan Paul. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. It's his thing. So
who just had Donald Trump on, by the way, apparently on one of his sessions.
And then I just realized
see how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
He's not on the show, so he must not have had enough time to rehearse a match. So
no. So just couldn't figure it out. He was playing Tetris, and he's not bad actually. So got to watch that, by the way, if you saw it. So
I did. No idea what you're talking about.
I haven't seen it yet.
He was a surprise guest at a Tetris competition, and he's pretty good. Just gonna say that.
They still have Tetris competitions?
Oh yeah, every year, dude. There's major like old school Tetris, and Logan Paul is like a guest on. I mean,
how long did he have to rehearse playing Tetris for that one?
No, he actually did pretty good on it. So I was like, I respect as a Tetris guy myself. So yeah, well, looking at the card itself, I think the biggest hype match around this one, obviously there's two. There's Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. That's the easy one. But Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable. This one's kind of the wild card here on what happens. Like, we can make picks on this one if you want, but this is the one thing I'm kind of 50-50 on. I don't know which way I would go with this one.
With his storyline, if you don't pull the trigger with Chad at this point, what are you doing?
Well, like does Otis turn on him? Like that's the.
But I mean, I get there's like the bigger story there, but this is their third match for the IC title.
Yeah.
Like as great of a heel as you're making Chad looking, as much as you have the possibility to turn Otis into a huge mega face because he's already Otis, and then he stands up against Chad finally. If Chad doesn't win this, I almost feel like is it all going to be for naught? Like, I don't know. Like, I know there's story here, but also you can't keep going back to the same match and get the same result and have that guy get over in the end or be over, I guess. But that's just me. I don't know. I forget Triple H can't be – he's perfect and he can't be criticized. So
he can do no wrong apparently now. Now he can do no wrong.
Yeah. Match card, by the way, Women's Tag Team Championship, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. IC title, Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable, as we mentioned. Women's Championship, Bayley versus Piper Niven. World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. And the WWE Championship in an I Quit match, Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. So.
Oh, I didn't know that was happening in Clash of the Castle. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right. So, do you guys want to make picks on this one, or is there one match in particular you're looking forward to?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll start with the women's tag titles. Mike, who you got coming out of that one?
I got the champs to retain.
Same here.
Yeah, that seems like a easy one right there. Yeah, that's just like a dream tag team right now.
Yeah. It's a dream for me, let me tell you, brother.
Sammy versus Chad Gable. Tommy.
I'm going Chad. Okay. I feel like it should be him at this point. I'm going Chad.
All right, Mike.
Same.
I'm going with Sammy because I really think Otis is going to cost Chad the title. That's what I think they're going to run.
Okay.
So, yeah. Bayley versus Piper Niven.
Bayley.
Raw Bayley. Yeah. I mean,
I don't care. I don't care what it is. If Triple H does her dirty.
Oh boy.
I'm going to boycott WWE. Can't do that anymore.
Damian Priest against Drew McIntyre.
This was interesting, but I'm gonna go Drew.
Okay, Mike.
I'm going to go Drew because if you screw McIntyre at his home, basically at the same show, after everything that's been through, I know a lot of people said that because the stipulation that was won this past week was that the Judgment Day is banned from ringside. So everyone assumed Punk's is going to cost him. But if Punk costs him, then Punk is less likely to get a title match.
Yeah.
So I feel like Drew wins it and Punk shows up afterwards for some stuff. But, oh, my God, if you screw Drew here, I don't know. That's evil.
I'm going with Drew on this one as well. This has kind of been building up since WrestleMania, as I mentioned, and with the Judgment Day barred from ringside, this makes sense. And then finally, the I Quit match: Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles.
I mean, you got to go Cody. It'd be weird to take it off him right now, especially with those bigger storylines in the back that are because The Rock's going to come back and take over and get all the attention at some point next year. So
I'll go Cody. That's kind of why I think this happened too soon. But that's just my opinion as well. So I'll go Cody.
I'm going Cody as well. But my question now, and if you're watching this too, do we get an appearance by Joe Hendry?
Yes.
Please. Please.
Oh man.
No. Okay, that would be the only time Drew losing will be okay if Grado costs him the match. Because then he can yell that again. I can't believe that happened to me again because of him.
That'd be funny.
All right, WWE Clash at the Castle, Scotland, Saturday, June 15th, 1 p.m. Central Time. Pre-show starting around noon. It's at the Ovo Hydro in Glasgow, Scotland, and it is exclusively on Peacock. So
I guess if they hosted this event in France, it would be Showdown at the Chateau?
Yes.
Okay.
Interesting. I like that.
Or in
Sorry, the English major in me couldn't let that go. I was trying to fight it, and I just couldn't stop it from coming up.
If it was in London, tussle at the Tower, we're...
I like that a lot.
Appreciate it. I actually thought of that last minute. It worked out. So, yeah.
I like that a lot. Tussle at the Tower.
Yeah, so... and you want to see Joe Hendry as well, apparently. So,
yeah.
All right, on to the events happening in town, and we'll start with Mission Pro Wrestling Summer Lovin.
There are some minor changes to what you have here.
Yeah,
so we'll go through them as we get there.
Let's is it still 6 matches, by the way, or did they kind of change that?
Well, I think technically it's 5, but Brian also said that there was another match that will be announced.
Yeah.
Okay. So we know Rashea Chanel versus Thunder Rosa is off. Right?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Also, you did leave out one.
Where?
Okay, so yeah, there is actually a Hybrid Women Championship match.
Oh, okay.
At the show.
Yeah.
Which one is that one?
It's Kelly and Tita versus Shay Carmichael.
Did that just get added recently? Because I didn't see that
the last week. Well. I feel like it was announced a couple weeks ago, but recently they added the hybrid title to the match because Callie won it at the last hybrid show.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are 5 matches with one more to be announced at.
Okay, so Kelsey Heather versus London Dwar, is that still on or no?
Okay, yeah. So that one is still on. Yeah. So the first 2 matches, the second match has a change, but the first 2 matches are qualifying matches, or no, not qualifying. They're tournament matches for the Exodus Pro Women's Championship. Exodus Pro is EC3's company, but they're in conjunction with NWA, so they're part of the tournament. So Kelsey Heather versus London Dior is still going on. The second match, though, has a slight change. Avery Bro is out. Miranda Alizé is in.
Oh,
so now it's Miranda Alizé versus Queen Uju for the other tournament match in there. And again, for what it's worth, Alizé once again has a match with a with a person who doesn't mind throwing hands.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what she has to do to try and pull this one out.
Well, starting with those qualifying matches, I'm gonna go with London Door and Miranda Alizé. Those are my picks on those.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm gonna go London and Queen Uju.
Okay.
The second one may be more of a little biased, but I'm gonna die on this
Right.
hill. So
What about you, Tommy?
And because my contrarianism just won't stop. And I think this is what I picked last night on a mission, although I can't remember, that was a whole 24 hours ago. I think I picked Miranda Alizé and Kelsey and Kelsey.
Okay. Yeah, we're kind of all over the place on that one. Interesting. None of
Yeah.
us can agree on those two. All right. So Riche Chanel,
Brad's
we
probably
don't know,
listening and changing things just off what we say.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Riche Chanel, we don't know who her opponent is or what's going to happen with that, right?
Yeah, and I
No.
said because her promo on Instagram and if you guys saw it, she's so that bougie girl. Oh my god. That bougie woman, and I messaged. I said, "Why are you so entertaining with your bougie self?"
Hybrid Women's Championship, Calientita versus Shea Carmichael. I'm picking Calientita. Mike.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Tommy.
I know what happened last night, Tommy. Many people shared it.
I hate myself with the fury of 1,000 suns. I will never forgive myself, and God help me, I'm picking Callie.
All right.
Look, on the flip side,
I'm glad we did this again so you can pick her twice.
if Shea were to win, she would then have to show up at hybrid shows, which I'm not opposed to. That'd be cool.
Oh no, believe me, I want to be wrong. Dear God in heaven and the Lord Jesus Almighty, I hope I'm wrong. I have never wanted to be more wrong than I am now, but I also know who Callie is, and so.
Those chili pepper stomps just crack me up.
Yeah.
I can't stand her in so many ways.
All right, the match.
It's birthday weekend, by the way, this weekend. Just be nice to her.
Oh, is it really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think she's turning 13. I mean, 2021, something like that.
Okay. The match we're sponsoring: Angel Blue versus Denise Day. Tommy, I know this is a tough decision for you, so we'll start with you.
No. I'm thinking Denise. Okay. That was a good joke, JT. That was fun. That was hilarious.
I try. Mike.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't come up with down since day one just to choose against her, so going with Denise Day.
I know this one's going to steal the show, and I really hope this is. I know this is the first time, but I hope it's not the last time.
Same.
Man, this one was tough.
Just remember, there's Taco Palenque potentially after the show. Keep
I
that in mind.
I know. What is he?
Bernsey did super chat this into
He did. Yeah.
the Mission Pro show last night.
South Park flowers are bad, okay? Flowers are bad, okay?
Shouldn't use flowers.
Shouldn't use flowers, okay?
We know what you want to say, JC. Just say it.
Say it.
I'm gonna go with Denise Day.
Wow.
This is a hard one, and
is Tina behind you pointing?
No.
Sort of...
I'm sure she's conflicted too because they're both great.
I know.
That's what makes this match so. This is why you guys. Okay, Tommy, you wanted to sponsor just Denise when we were talking about it. I said sponsor the match because this one's gonna turn some heads. Like he's gonna steal the show.
Yeah, but that was personal. So
yeah, that's the personal reasons. I like you. Okay, why is there a misunderstanding what I said? I don't say Angel Blue can't wrestle. I don't say Callie can't wrestle. I said they're evil. That's got nothing to do with their wrestling ability. I didn't say that they're not great wrestlers. Angel Blue's a fantastic wrestler. She's one of the best in Texas. Really, she's won for so long. She's evil. I didn't. That's all I said. I never said they can't wrestle. I said that they're related to the devil. That's what I said. That's all I was pointing out. So for her name being Angel Blue, it should be Devil Blue. That's all I'm saying. So
still mad about the floppy donkey butt comment. I got it. So yeah.
I had forgotten all about that. Damn you, JC.
No, I'm looking forward to this one. I really am. I think this is going to be a hell of a. I mean, this will probably be the one right before intermission, to be honest with you, or maybe right after. I don't know, but it's going to bookend it somehow. And I think this is going to go really well. So I'm excited for it. So
I hate this show.
MPW Tag Team Championship, King Bees versus Nova Phoenix and Morgan Mercy. Mike, where you going?
Well, since, as I said last night, even though one of them was in the immediate vicinity, apparently, because they were in the chat. Yeah, I noticed it. Luckily, she didn't say anything. Even though we had them on the show, and they are incredibly intimidating, the Bees fought for these belts for over a year, and I don't see them giving them up or going down easily, maybe to their death. So I'm going to go with the Queen Bees.
King Bees.
King Bees.
King Bees. Yeah, what did I say? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the King Bees to retain. But it's going to be a fight.
As am I. I think Nova and Morgan, this is like, I think they said this is one of the first times they're getting to really tag, and they haven't tagged as much together, and that didn't work out for the last team that has barely tagged together. So
I was thinking about that. I didn't want to bring it up when we talked to them.
Yeah, it's. I feel like if the King Bees are gonna lose this title, you need to get a team that's gonna actually work well together, and or like have some more experience together. And when you see the King Bees wrestle, they're on point. It's like they just know what each other's thinking. So I got to go with the King Bees on that. Tommy?
King Bees, even though I'm mad I have to say it twice because that means Morgan Mercy is going to come looking for me now. And
all right.
I can't fight. So,
Yeah.
Another person from Texas who wears a lot of blue who doesn't like you. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Or won't like you after this weekend.
All right.
Yeah, no, she don't like me.
MPW Championship, Tiffany Nieves defending against Izzy Moreno. Yeah, my daughter is picking Izzy. My son is a huge fan of Tiffany Nieves, but also a huge fan of Izzy Moreno. Ever since this match was announced for the last 2 months, we have asked him once a week, every other week, and he has not been able to give us an answer because he just does not know. Until today, before the show, you guys were listening to him. It was before we went live on it. He had to go to bed, but he made his pick, and he has decided to pick Izzy Moreno, although that could very easily change when he sees Tiffany Nieves come out at the show.
I mean, a lot of things change when you see Tiffany Nieves. I'm just saying. So,
all right. But, Mike, who are you picking in this one?
I'm going to go with the same idea that I said with Chad Gable and his IC title match. Mm-hmm. You normally don't get tons and tons of title matches, right? And she's been lucky to have this after. I mean, she earned it. She won the cup. Technically, her second time facing Tiffany for the title. You got to do it now because you don't know how many more you're going to get. So I'm going to go with Izzy. I think she's building some momentum off that match against JP, and Tiffany has been taking this belt a lot of places, defending it. That can't last forever. So I feel like it's a perfect storm, and I think it's Izzy's turn to take it.
All right, Tommy.
Yeah, I say Izzy as well. I think she's about due, and this will be her second shot. I feel like she's been preparing more, and that's what I said last time was, look, after her match with Kylan King, that changes a person. I don't care who you are. You fight Kylan King, you're a different person coming out of that. So yeah, I feel like it's her time to take it now.
Yeah.
I will say, up until today, I was picking Tiffany. Tiffany's got the ball in her court. She's just strong, and she has the backing of Thunder Rosa, who it feels like would do anything to make sure Izzy was not representing her company.
Yeah.
And then AEW is putting her in a no DQ match against Deonna Purrazzo this same night at Collision, which means Thunder Rosa's not there. Now, I don't know if Thunder's going to have a representative there making sure certain things happen, but I could see Izzy winning this because the big wild card was, what was Thunder Rosa going? How much was she going to get involved with this? And that's why I'm thinking Izzy's going to win this. She's going to find a way to pull it out. Tiffany has been an amazing champion, really has. And if she retains, by all means, keep it going. Like it's awesome to see that. Great representative. But she's starting to get out more and more and more, and I don't know how her schedule is going to be going forward with Mission Pro. So, but for the warning to Izzy Moreno, you're still young, you're still in this business. It's one thing to be chasing the championship, but if you do win, it's another to defend it. So,
True.
one thing at a time. We'll see what happens. So, but yeah, Izzy Moreno.
Jason, we're buying him a plane ticket to Mexico for tomorrow just to make sure he's not in town at any point this weekend. So
Who? For who?
for JP Harlow.
JP Harlow.
Oh.
Put a comment there.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the plan was still fire, but okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Angel, I like that, but I gotta go with Izzy. Oh, all right. All right. So, Mission Pro Wrestling Summer Lovin', Saturday, June 15th,
Summer
6
Lovin'.
p.m. Central Time. VIP opens at 5 o'clock at the Salvation Army Mission Corps. And if you're not able to attend in person, you can watch on Title Match Network. All right. And then finally, happening on Sunday is River City Wrestling's Father's Day Frenzy. And
You
they've
come
got
up
a
to me
load-
today, my damn
Huh?
Father's Day.
Yeah, right.
Come
Here's
up
what
to
they
me on
got here
Father's
on the
Day.
card for this one. Funaki versus K-Jax. Anthony Andrews versus Pac Ortega. I put Kingdom real quick. Is it Texas Kingdom, River
It's
City Kingdom?
River City Kingdom and RCW.
The River City Kingdom, yeah, versus Overkill. Ryan Davidson versus Angel Camacho. The Pillars of Destiny versus Flocking Brawlers. Future Legends Championship, Devin Carter versus Don Fernando. Women's Championship, La Leona versus Key Vibes. The Phoenix Championship is Emi Camacho versus Shiva. And the RCW Championship, Bo Amir versus David Kidd. I don't know if we're going to go through and pick each of these, but what match really stands out for you guys on this one?
Is the 6-man tag still happening with the Von Erichs?
Oh, yeah. I didn't put that one on there. Yeah, that's still happening. I meant to
It's
type
the
that. I
Von
don't know
Erich-
why I missed it.
I mean, I want to forget about the treat as much as the next person, but
That's true, but I don't want to forget about the Von Erichs.
I was like typing it up, and I was like,
Or
okay, I gotta
Alex
add that one
Arsenal,
last.
so,
Yeah,
yeah.
so that's Von Erichs and
Alex Arsenal.
Alex Arsenal versus
Yeah.
Texas
The Treat.
Treats. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Treat
My bad.
Nation, apparently. I don't know.
I don't know.
who cares?
So
Couple of nice tag team matches in there. Kingdom versus Overkill is going to be a fight because
yeah,
anytime you got Overkill is going to be a fight. But also Pillars versus Brawlers.
that's gonna be
is
fun.
Basically, the two biggest face tag teams in RCW facing off. So that should be fun. Devin Carter and Don Fernando got personal really fast. Literally starting at NostalgiaCon
Yep.
while we were there. And he's also, Don Fernando's going to have, I'm not as familiar with her, Tommy. I don't know if you are, Black Dahlia with a
I've heard the name
chainsaw.
before. I feel like we've seen her before.
Okay. So Black Dahlia, she's actually been in RCW before. This was years and years ago. Then she got sick. She had an injury and everything. So this is her first time back in years.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it. She's really cool. Always been cool to talk to. Her and her husband, really, really cool people. So I'm looking forward to her being back. That's one reason why. Actually, I can't lie. It's one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to this weekend because I know she'll be at RCW. So it'll be her first time back. She's super excited, and everything. So yeah, super excited to see her.
Okay. Let's see. La Leona versus Key Vibes really stands out to me, though.
Yeah.
That one is going to be a hell of a match. I'm really
For
looking
me,
forward to
for
that.
me, Amy and Shiva stands out too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
both of them. I mean, Kia, former RCW champion herself.
Yeah,
It was Maddie that took it off her.
yeah, because the Cholas turned on her.
Oh, that's when the Chola,
Yeah.
they turned on Key. And then, Shiva back, having a chance at the title. Women representing good here. The title match, again, Bo Amir's had a really strange run with the title so far.
Because Natsuko sucks.
I mean, as big as he is, as strong as he is, it seems like literally every defense, if Nastico doesn't get involved, he may lose that title, which is
Nastico sucks.
well. I mean, he does what he does for his clients, but David Kidd, if he can pull out the power of the playground, you never know.
If David Kidd wins, I'm gonna spend every single day laughing on Nastico's social media. Like he's gonna have to delete his Facebook. I'm gonna mess with him so bad.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. That'd be fun.
Okay. All right. I'm just letting you know that's what the plan is. Also, this is also one of Shiva's first match back in RCW ever since her injury during the car accident.
Her
wow.
first singles match, right?
Yeah, because she wrestled some. Oh yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. She wrestled the tag team match. You're right. I'm sorry, I forgot about that. You're right.
Was she at the Rumble Royale too? Or was I thinking of someone else?
I don't think. No, wait. Was she? Yes, she was. You're right. Man, I am forgetting stuff.
No, it's okay. It's not her first singles. You're right. It is her first singles match.
I am so sorry. I forgot about all that.
She was in that 6-woman tag. That's what that was.
6-woman tag.
And then the Rumble.
And the Rumble. You're right. Man, I don't know where my brain went. I apologize.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me pull up the stuff here again. So, RCW Father's Day Frenzy, Sunday, June 16th. They have moved this back to 7 p.m. Central Time on Sunday now, by the way.
Yeah.
Because the school's done. Yeah.
Which is funny. I'm going to go to my dad's house early and then like, all right, Dad, I'll see you later.
Well, it's not just that. It was because there were AC issues last month.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Started at 5, but the AC was not cooperating most of the evening.
Hopefully they got that fixed. So, yeah.
Leave the
He
still
said
chair.
they did, and then it starts later, so it'll hopefully cool down sooner. So
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
Doors opening at 6, and this is at the Good Shepherd Lutheran Church. I think tickets are very, very sparse, if anything. I think last time I checked, there was one front row left.
I think so.
Yeah. So, but if
I bought one like the day he announced that there was like 3 front row left, and then I bought one. It's like, and there are 2 front row left.
Jesus. If you want to buy tickets at the door, more than likely the only thing that's going to be available is standing room only, which does not guarantee that you'll get in. So if you can't make it or you get sold out, you can watch, of course, on Title Match Network, which is a great.
Nastico sleeps with the fishes.
Okay,
so Tommy, I know you can't see this, so we throw it up, but Jason says, "God damn it, Tommy! Every time I type something, you mention what I'm typing." Putting y'all are on the same brainwave about stuff.
Oh my gosh,
that's hilarious.
But also, Jason, because of his setup, he can't see the chat.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what's on the side like we normally can. So
for sure.
Yeah.
All right. It is time now for our 1-minute warning segment, guys. Do you have anything this week?
I got nothing. I'm just looking.
I got nothing. Yeah. Same.
Right. Well, I'm not gonna put the timer up, but I'll go ahead and just say mine. Look, I know that WWE has had the hydration station with Prime and everything like that, and that's been cool, great, fun, stuff like that. It's not a bad thing, but if you're gonna have it there, at least use it. And if you're not sure how to use it, then I challenge all you independent promotions out there. Get yourself an Ozarka spring water hydration station. Get yourself a Hill Country Fair spring water. I don't know.
Niagara.
Great value for you backyard promotions. Kirkland, if you have a little bit extra money on a Costco membership. I don't know, but use something to kind of like show how a hydration station should be used at a wrestling show. Because whenever it shows up on a WWE pay-per-view, it's like they don't fucking know what to do with it. Like you have a big ass Prime bottle. Someone's got to use that as a weapon somehow, you know? Oh, I got this huge Prime bottle. Now I'm just going to pull out these brass knucks or grab a chair. You have a huge freaking plastic bottle that hurts, I'm sure. So, independent promotions out there, get yourself an Ozarka or whatever water hydration, a Powerade or whatever the hell you want to use, and see if you can show WWE how they should be using the hydration station at your shows. That's my challenge to all you guys out there. So
that was hilarious.
I like it.
Yeah. So. All right. Well, a loaded weekend of wrestling coming up this weekend. Starting on Friday, TNA Against All Odds, 7 p.m. Central Time on TNA Plus. We move from there to WWE's Clash at the Castle Scotland on Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time on Peacock. And then Saturday night here in town, Mission Pro Wrestling Summer Lovin' at 6 p.m. at the Salvation Army Mission Corps, or you can watch on Title Match Network. And then, of course, Sunday evening, Happy Father's Day, RCW's Father's Day Frenzy, 7 p.m. Central Time at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church, or you can also watch on Title Match Network as well. So
I just thought of something. None of those shows have the same theme. That's hilarious to me. Like all those shows, and not a single one has a single theme that repeats. That's great. I'm not the criticism.
Yeah.
I just love it that nothing has the same theme.
What's up, Mike?
I was going to ask Tommy, did you get my fat head yet for Saturday? Or?
Okay, so the way my bank account is set up, I got a checking and a savings, and all the money was in the savings, and I had to move it to the checking, and it just didn't work out in time.
Okay, that's fine.
He was checking it. Next week will be a recap of everything that we talked about today, but that's really going to be, and that's literally what it says on the graphic, Tommy. You can't see it.
Okay.
But it's really going to be up to Mike, you, and Tommy about what you guys want to talk about. First of all, you guys want to do the show on Wednesday because I'm not going to be here. We're going to be in Disney World next weekend.
Whoa.
Next week. Yeah. So it's going to be Mike and Tommy running everything here. I don't know if you guys are going to have a guest or anything on it, but I'm sure you guys are going to talk a lot
We
about
have no idea what we're going to do. It's going to be Rebel Radio. We're not even going to have an agenda. We're just going to turn on the show and see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, I'll set up for you, but I'm sure Wednesday is going to be the day for you guys.
And hopefully Angel Blue will be nowhere nearby. I'm just saying.
Oh, well. If she
Maybe
wins,
if she is, we won't let her on. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I hope not.
See what goes down, right? So, anyway, I've heard people from the crowd have gotten Prime from the. That's great. That's funny.
I've heard people from the crowd have gotten Prime from the hydration station.
Quick question from Tommy before we go. This is from Jason. Want to talk about EO versus
JC,
Utami?
I wanted to go to bed before midnight.
Oh, my bad.
Okay,
you have a minute. Go.
I'll make it quick. I'm super excited. This is something that good that can't come out of Marigold. But we'll see. I hope it lives up to all my expectations. I know it'll be great. I hope that it'll be as great as it can be. What I mean by that is I hope EO wrestles like Japan EO and not as WWE EO. There is a difference.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Jason. I saw it, but I have graduation in the morning at the Alamo Dome. I'm not going to be there at the Buck Crack of Dawn. So I was like, nope, Jason. And I was like, I know Tommy can't see them, so I'm just not going to mention this. So
well,
kudos.
It wasn't that.
I will. You know what? I'll find time to go into more details at some other point, Jason. I'll just be on the lookout for that.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us. If you're going to Mission Pro, I'll see you out there. Might be a little late depending on how my daughter's tournament goes.
And if you're going
I will also be late. Much depending.
Yeah. So.
I'll be on time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be.
Well, comparatively.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'll be on time.
I mean, Jason, Bernsey, and Michael will probably get there before you.
Shut up. I'll be on time. Do not take this from me, Mike.
Oh, my God. Enjoy a crazy weekend wrestling again. Over here, we got Tommy.
Thanks, guys.
We got Mike.
Thanks, guys. Be good to each other.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are
fake.
Reach for the sky, boy.
Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there, and enjoy your busy weekend of wrestling.
Adios. I believe in Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
That is our Hill Country